Second class requirement number 2, Part G. Plan and cook over an open fire one hot breakfast or lunch for yourself.
Having selected your foods from the food pyramid, explain the importance of good nutrition. Tell how to transport, store, and prepare the foods you've selected.
By now, you already know how much a good meal means on a campout. Remember, the 13th Scout Law. A scout is always hungry. Besides tasting good, food is also the fuel that keeps you going strong through whatever a campout may bring. Camp cooking is a skill that comes with practice. The more you do it, the better you get. One of the best ways to begin mastering that skill is to keep a cooking notebook. It's a place to write down food lists, portions, and recipes.
And 1 can of peaches and syrup.
And a way to keep track of what worked and what didn't work. You will make some cooking mistakes. We all do.
Looks good. Whew. Should taste the same.
But the best way to not repeat a mistake is to write it down in your notebook. And if you're going to make something you've never cooked before, then test the recipe at home before you leave. A successful camp meal starts long before you take the first bite. Like most things in scouting, it starts with planning. You'll need to plan your meal menus well ahead of time, so you know how much food you need to take on the campout, what pots, pans, and utensils will be needed if you're backpacking. Don't plan on bringing Dutch ovens, heavy skillets, and canned foods. And if you're camping for several days, you'll want food that won't spoil easily.
Ugh.
By planning your meals and recipes ahead of time, you make sure to bring all the ingredients with you and reduce the amount of packing. You can even pre-measure the amounts in plastic bags to save time and pack weight. Your Boy Scout handbook describes different forms of camp food and how they should be stored, including fresh, non-perishable, dried or dehydrated, canned, and retort pouches. You know, food is not only fuel for having fun, but your overall health and body strength also depend on what you eat. So, when you plan your camp menus, keep the principles of the food pyramid from your Scout handbook in mind. That way, a balanced diet and good eats are the same thing. Another fun way to cook if you have a campfire is called the hobo dinner, or in this case, lunch. Just take a piece of heavy-duty aluminum foil, put in a layer of veggies, a layer of meat, another layer of veggies, and some salt, pepper, and butter. Wrap it up tightly so the steam can't escape. Now, lay the whole thing on top of a bed of glowing coals. If you like corn on the cob, be sure to cook it in its own foil pouch. Turn the foil pouches over a couple of times as they cook, and when you open them, watch out for the steam. Voila! You've got a fully cooked meal inside. For a great dessert, try a cored apple with cinnamon, brown sugar, and butter baked in foil. When it comes time to clean up, there are no pots and pans to deal with. Just fold up your foil and take it home for disposal. Now that's leave no trace, and it tastes good. Well, that's second class requirement 2G.
Plan and cook yourself a nutritious camp breakfast or lunch.
With foods from the food pyramid.
And explain the importance of good nutrition.
And how to transport, store, and prepare the foods you selected.
You know, slight correction from before. Let's make that a nutritious and delicious breakfast or lunch.